Yo, 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 man, that was wild, man. Because I couldn't even like get my what you call it to even act right. Because it's been a minute since I've been in here, so I had to do all kind of like mic, had to redo my mic stuff and all that kind of stuff, man. It's wild. I feel like I'm way divorced from the camera right quick, because my laptop is like sitting here, and I have to kind of look over here to see what's going on the laptop and to see the comments and all that kind of stuff. What's going on, everybody? By the way, what's happening? What's happening? Let me see what's happening in here. Ricky Garrett, what's cracking? Gator Center today? Yuzu Man, Center the evening. Aventus Cologne. Yuzu Man is underrated. A lot of people don't talk about Yuzu Man, but as a Yuzu guy, I kind of like it. Let me see. Aventus Cologne, definitely a banger, man. David Webster, what's going on? Evening Gator Center today. Lacoste Blanc, intense. Lacoste is another underrated brand. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about a Lacoste that I just picked up in a little bit, man. Lacoste EDP was my Lacoste L1212 EDP was like my signature scent for a little bit, man. So I'm a huge Lacoste fan. Dang, what's going on with you, man? Send today, Rayhan, Navasol. I've been hearing about that. I'm gonna have to put my hands on it. Dupe Mojave Ghost by Virado. Yeah, I've been hearing some stuff about it, man. I think I'm gonna have to. Is it Navasol or because I thought that was wait, Cedrat is which one? Because okay, so Navasol is Mojave Ghost. Cedrat is another one that I've been hearing about. Let me say about time. Just say NBT, what's going on? Tracy Lynette in the building. Happy to see you, my friend. Senator De Latafa Petra Viola. Yeah, I saw your review on that one. I think that sounds exquisite to me. That sounds like that is an amazing fragrance, man. Solis Mons, Jesus is King. Yes, he is. Cedric is light in the ass as Carolina Herrera do. Oh, it is? Yeah. I figured that that it had to be kind of light in the ass because a lot of people ain't even talking about it, man. They're not even talking about it, which is weird because you see you're hearing a lot of like talk about. I hear more talk right now about Pacific Aloha than I do anything else, and that kind of came out and dropped off like real quick. That was like really quick that it dropped off, man. But yeah, man, it's good to kind of jump in, check in with everybody, see what's going on with everybody. I have been dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, man. Had health issues with me, health issues with the wife, and all that kind of stuff. I'm still going through some stuff. I promise though that I'm gonna be dropping some videos soon. As far as like I had gotten to this kind of zone where I was doing shorts, like Center the Day shorts. And by the way, Center the Day today, I've been spending a good little bit of time with this one, man. Center the Day today is this guy right here. This is, of course, gotta move my pretty face out the way. This is that Armaf Odyssey Nexus. Why is it gonna focus? There you go. Oh, that's right, because I'm on 1080. That's right, I'm doing StreamYard, it's 1080. But yeah, Armaf Odyssey Nexus, man. This is my center today. I've been wearing it a good little bit this last week. Just kind of trying to get a feel for it. I'm gonna drop this will probably be my first review when I come back. But this thing it's nice. I like it. I got some good feedback on it today too. There were some things that I didn't like about it initially, though. And like I said, I'm gonna drop a full review on it in a little bit, man, to talk about it because it really kind of threw me for a loop when I first smelled it because it's been a while since I smelled Profumo. And it did kind of smell like Profumo, but this was one that I had to like really spend some time with to start to appreciate it because when I first smelled it, this is why first impressions sometimes can be bullshit. Because when I first smelled it, I was kind of like, it just kind of felt muddled. Like there was it felt just like they just threw a whole bunch of stuff in the pot and hadn't let that thing cook and develop. Um, and I was like, well, maybe it needs to mature, or maybe. And most of these companies, you don't have to mature anymore. They didn't got past that stage, but but yeah, as over time, I realized that it's not even that. It's just it opens up that way. It just kind of opens up muddled, and then as it kind of dries down, it clarifies a little bit. So let me see what we got here. Ain't no worries. Health and family come first. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. He said Azul was feminine to me. Azul to me, and I did get a chance to actually smell it. Azul to me kind of came across like I didn't really need it. You feel me? Like I didn't really need it. It's to me. I've gotten to this point where you don't need everything. You really don't. I've never been that guy anyway. But I didn't even want to bring it in to test because I after I got that little 2 milliliter and smelled it a couple times and wore it like once. That was it. I was good. I didn't need it no more. Is it a fresh, citrus kind of vibe for the summer? I guess you could get cheaper yuzu vibes like from Yuzu Man or something like that, or Jimmy Choo Man Ice. I'd rather Jimmy Choo Man Ice. I mean, like real talk. I'd rather get Jimmy Choo Man Ice than Azul. And to be honest, Jimmy Choo Van Ice to me smells better. So I'm just saying. And it's about the same price point. So when you're thinking about it like that, say, dang, truth be told, I only smell it on strip. Hey man, the beauty of scent. Hey, what did you do there? You was gone for a minute, man. Yeah. I'm still kind of in and out, right? So just to kind of give a little bit of a breakdown of what was kind of going on. And it's still going on. And if y'all notice, I got a little bit of that's happening right now. So the wife was sick for a minute. She had her issues going on with COVID and all kind of craziness, and I was having some nerve issues, and I've been kind of dealing with it for like like pinched nerve. I'm figuring it's just a pinched nerve. Been dealing with it for a few months or so now, and it got to the point. You know how you just start kind of pain management. You get into that phase, and you just kind of get into that cycle of pain management. That's kind of what it was. And man, let me tell you something. It got to the point to where the pain manager just wasn't managing. And it's like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? And start losing the feeling. Like in this part of my arm, it just kind of started to kind of spread up, So it got to a point where I just did this. I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even spray a bottle. Like, what I'm saying? And for somebody who loves to wear fragrances, that's a problem. And it got to a point to where I couldn't spray it with this hand. And this hand had started kind of cramping, and it was doing, I guess, it was having some issues and everything too because of the what was going on in my shoulder and all that kind of stuff. So man, it got to a point where it was painful just to try to hold a bottle like this and to try to I could hold it like this. But it was painful to try to spray it with both hands. And it was just bad. It was bad. I had all kinds of stuff. My arm was kind of drooping, and it was weird. But I'm trying to get back in it. Shake back. Know how we do. It's gonna take a little bit, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Yeah, I know y'all was having a conversation about that as well. Cadillac Sky is good. Rayhan Nova Soul Fire. So I am gonna try Nova Soul. I am definitely gonna try that one. I have yet to actually wear Cadillac Sky. I got it though. Sitting over there ready. Dame, I totally agree with you on cars. Yeah. Steph, what's going on? I saw you have one subscriber, so I gave you one. Hey, look, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Hey, look, so here's the other thing. I'm gonna be talking about I hit 2,500 subscribers, and it just kind of like I hadn't even been doing videos. So it really was like, oh my God, this is an amazing thing to me. And I definitely appreciate everybody who subscribed, everybody who, has checked in with me and tapped in with me and everything. So, I've got to do a giveaway in a little bit, man. Matter of fact, let me show y'all what I'm giving away, because I am going to be doing a giveaway in a little bit here. As a matter of fact, probably got to do it within the next week or two. That I'm gonna be dropping the giveaway. So, ooh. So now, by the way, I have still been wearing since. So it ain't like I haven't been like wearing stuff and experimenting with stuff and playing with stuff and but giveaway. And I'm gonna break down the rules and everything on the giveaway probably later in the week. I'm gonna drop a video on it, but we'll be giving away Atlantis X Straight. I'm gonna be giving away Kamra Waha, not Kawa Waha. Now, this is one that people thought I was crapping all over, and I didn't like this one as much as I like some of the other ones. I think this is not built for the summer. Like they're like, oh, with the blue and all that. This is gonna be a summertime scent. This is like a fall scent. In all honesty, I think it actually could probably do some decent work in the fall. I think that they just kind of released it way out of season, But it's not that it smells bad. It doesn't really smell bad. It's just not something that I'm like, oh my God, super excited about, right? It's just not a fragrance that I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the bottle. Love the bottle presentation. You know what I'm saying? Bottle presentation's fire, of course, The scent itself is cool. It really is. But in all honesty, it's more of a fall scent. It's not a summer scent. People were like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fire for the summer. I mean, I could see where you could think that, but no, I think this is gonna be better suited for the fall, like spring and fall. Because in the super high heat, that shit can get cloying. Because it's this sweetness that it inhabits, man. As it gets into the dry down, that's just like, But like I said, giving away that, brand new in the box, and giving away Jean Lo Verde Aura right here. Now, this is one, Verde Aura is one that I like. I like Verde Aura a lot. I've worn it quite a bit. And man, to me, it's one of their better releases. Like, they did a really, really good job with that fragrance. They really did. I know that Game of Spades just dropped Trick, but like I smelled Trick, and putting Trick next to this, it's not worth the upcharge. Like, it really isn't. Jean Lo, the Jean Lo fragrances, they always get a bad rep. But the last few that they've dropped, that Verde Aura, the Summer Vibes, and then that Phantasm, man, look, they've been good. They've really, really surprised me. They have really been good, man. So yeah, those are the ones I'm giving away. Man, look, like I said, I'm gonna drop some info on it probably on a video in the next week or so, because it's just basically gonna be open to the people in the continental United States. You ain't gotta do nothing, but actually, I'm gonna have a little challenge that you got to do, and then that'll just get you instantly, into the giveaway, and I'll spin the wheel for it. Let me see. So I guess I'll be smelling like watermelon or cucumber. What the heck? He said, congrats on 2,500 subs. Man, I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it. He said, "Now I still smell Cedrat on the strip from Thursday." So, yeah, I don't know about Cedrat. I can't wait to actually put my nose on it. Ricky Garrett said Trick was more limiting than Verde Aura. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trick is, to me, I get where they were going with it. What they did was they tried to kind of add a little bit more of a citric undertone to it. But to me, it kind of cancels out that like tea like vibe that it has. Like it uses that mate, which is kind of an earthy kind of vibe, almost like a tea. And in the original and in that Verde Aura. And that lemongrass just is there to kind of accent it. But if you put more citrus on it, it makes it sharp. That's kind of what I got. It didn't come across as smooth. It came across a little bit more sharp, especially in the opening. Now in the dry down, like I didn't even get to wear it, so I don't know if it's as but I know in the opening it's definitely a lot more sharp. So the Paradise said, Gator, long time no see. How you been? I'm doing good, man. Just trying to shake myself back into it, man. They say, I'm getting that shit like, yeah, I know what y'all talking about now, so I had to go back and through the what you call this to look at it. But yeah, man, like this is that Waha. Yeah, this is a fall scent. I don't think it's a bad fragrance. Like people are like, oh, it's trash. I think that it is underwhelming. It was definitely underwhelming. And because you can have a good fragrance that's like really, really decent, but it gets overhyped. And that's what happened with Waha. It got way overhyped. Like if they would have just released it to the same fanfare that they did with like Kawa, then it probably would have been cool. Man, they was doing events and all kinds of stuff associated with Waha. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all kinds of stuff they were doing, to go along with it, man. And in all honesty, they didn't need to. They didn't need to. If they would have just dropped it and been like, hey, new camera, and it would have been cool. I'm interested in seeing what they're gonna do with the new one, the cherry one that they're dropping, coffin or something like that. That's gonna be what at the end of the year, I believe, when they drop that. I've seen the bottle scopes for it, so I'm interested in seeing what they do with that because we need good cherry fragrance out there. And if it's a good cherry with some coffee, I mean, with some with that kind of sweetness, it might work. It say "City today up, City today my own personal cologne." Yeah, I saw that you got your fragrance, man. Congratulations on that, man. Congratulations, because I was telling a guy over at Central Obsessions. He was telling me that he's dropping a new Neon Number Four, a take on Neon Number Four, and I was like, I got to put my nose on that because that's one that I really like. I really like that a lot. Nature's Moral Fragrances. I'm about to get into them. Somebody else mentioned that name. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check them out once I get myself back into. But one of the other things that I had to talk about a lot in this, because as you can see, this ain't like you can see all the stuff that's on here. Y'all can't really even see all the stuff that's on here actually. But bro, it's like I gotta do reviews for just about all of these. And that's not counting the stuff like over there. Like y'all can't see it, but I am surrounded by like fragrances like everywhere, man. I'm gonna have to do reviews on all of them because I've been bad. I'm like seriously backlogged on reviews, and a lot of the stuff I've been doing a lot of the the shorts, and I hadn't done the short in a minute either. But man, I gotta get right back onto the review side because that's one of the things that people have been talking about. Like, yeah, I got to get some reviews going. I got to do the review for this one, which, by the way, I absolutely love this Bamboo Reflections from Moravia Prestige, that Torino 21. This one, they did it. Like what this one does different than the original is what makes it so good. Is that you get more of that citrus in here for longer, and you get a little bit more of the mint vibe, but it goes a little slightly candied, which is a little different than what the original does, but it lasts longer. So you know how on the original it kind of goes musky after a while and just kind of just woody musky. This one you still kind of maintain like that minty citrus kind of vibe, like going into like hour four, as opposed to the original. So I really dig this one a lot. I can't wait to like really do a review. I think I did a short on it, but I want to talk about that one. Of course, talk about this one here. I did a short on this one. This is like afternoon swim with Rose, basically. This is that MPF Lagoon Dream. People were hyping it up on TikTok. I didn't even know it was a TikTok darling until I had brought it in, and I was like, oh, people talking about it on TikTok. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, kind of talking in the what you call it. They ain't in there talking about them. Right now, Through Central Harmony is my thing. Her stuff moves me in many ways that is SP approved. Oh Lord, the conversations in there. But yeah, I got a bunch of them, man, that I am like seriously, man, I'm excited about. Like, I don't know why I have this thing with Lacoste, but I had to make sure that I brought in this one, of course. This is that new Lacoste blue, the L1212 blue that they've got. They just released it. Maybe I ended up getting this for retail. Like I had to search this down and finally find it. And it was one of those that initially I was like disappointed because I felt like it wasn't really pushing the way it should. But no, I was going nose blind because it definitely has some. It's a Lacoste fragrance. So with Lacoste fragrances, man, they're not going to be like pushing 10 feet off you. That's just not what they do. But it's got just this beautiful, like iced yuzu at the top. That it really is nice, kind of dries down to just like a nice little woody cedar kind of vibe in the dry. Man, it's good. And it lasts pretty bad. I got at least 7 hours off of it. So I was super excited about that one, of course. One I've been wearing a lot and probably more than I should be. There's a few of them that I've been wearing more than I should be. That YSL, Myself Intense, the EDT Intense, which I love. I really do. It is a bitch. It's light. It's a lightweight. It's a skin scent. It is a musky skin scent kind of vibe. It's not. People will smell you. It leaves a pretty good scent trail. Like when you walk past somebody, it definitely is going to get smelled. It's going to get smelled. You're going to get compliments. You're going to have people that are going to talk to you and be like, oh man, that's nice. That is nice. Why is somebody to put me on commission? Like real talk? Because I drive Uber, man. I've had it no less than 6 people look this up online and buy it when they smelled it on me. Right? So it's good. Sid Boss, what's going on? What is going on? Now it's how you straight. I'm doing good, Mo. What's going on, Mo? The Blanco fresh. You say you guys won't push designers because commission's like $2. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to see some. Well, here's the thing. If I got commission, I probably would push. I probably would push some of these design. I'm a designer guy, man. Like you got this one, of course. I just brought in the new Lascelles d'Issy. I can't wait to like put a good wear on that. Um, the new light blue, that eau de parfum, which this one I like. The problem with this one is the problem that every light blue has. And that's the fact that it's like when you spray it on, you smell it pretty nice for that first hour or so. And then after that, it feels like it just disappears. It feels like it just floats away in the wind. Like it's not there no more. But for that first, like, and so you have to do a good bit of reapplying. But for that first few, that first hour, man, it's real nice. It's really, really nice. Let's see. I'll get back into these comments. YSL Intense performance sucks. You know what's interesting about it? It's not even that the performance sucks so bad. It's just that what they intended the performance to be is lightweight shit. Like they intended it to be kind of like a skin scent kind of vibe. And so they made it to be kind of this light wear that you can wear during like the summer, right? And that's why the name Intense is very weird. Like I feel like they should have been like Myself Fresh or something like that, because it really does give more of a fresh, lightweight kind of vibe, as opposed to like an intense kind of vibe. It's very much a skin scent, musky, nice, better than skin but better kind of fragrance. Oh, the new Issy, the Cell de Issy Parfum. I still got to get it unboxed. I was wearing what you call it today, and was wearing the other one. I'm gonna be probably wearing the regular Lascelles d'Issy tomorrow, because I'm hearing that the Parfum, just for comparison's sake, because I'm hearing that the Parfum is more like the original EDT and not like the Eau de Parfum. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, probably wear this because I like this one a lot, just to see what the vibe is again, and then wear the Parfum and see how, what the differences are in comparison. So at the gym wearing Mandarina Duck Vita Loca, Lascelles EDT is boss. The new light blue EDP starts great on me, but after 10 minutes smells like someone who's just starting to get BO. It is very much a light blue fragrance. It, for some reason, it just kind of, to me, it just kind of disappears. It starts to disappear on me, which is weird. But it starts to kind of disappear. And it's got to be anosmia, because I walked by a coworker when I was wearing it a couple of weeks ago, and this was like 3 hours in, and she was like, "Oh, you smell really nice." Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. But it just doesn't feel like it's there, you know. So I passed on the reformulated light blue. I passed on a lot of new designers except the new Dior Sauvage X-Ray. Now that one I can wear often. I can't wear it often. Like, here's the thing with the X-Ray, it is strong. Like, I can't. So I'm in a place where I can, possibly get away with it, like 3 sprays, and that might be okay. But I still feel like it's a fragrance, at least for right now. Like I couldn't wear that like right now. I might be able to wear it like in the winter, but that one I probably would have to wait for. But it to me, it doesn't feel like something that I would wear every day. Like and it's not because it's strong, because I wear strong fragrances. I could make them daily wear. For example, like Popular Fico is strong as hell. Like Popular Fico, I love, 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 love Popular Fico. It's one of my Infinity Stones, right? It's strong as hell. But I can wear this is something that I could wear like in all seasons. Well, maybe not in the hot summer because it would be way too much. But I can wear it, dose it differently. Savage X-Ray, which don't get me wrong, still gonna get it because I like that DNA a lot. It's just something that's gonna be more of a dress up occasion wear or just like business meeting kind of wear than it is gonna be like an everyday wear for me. It said, bro, have you smelled the new Dior X-Ray? Yeah, that's what we're talking about just now. Say, bro, the Chanel performance is not good on my skin. What do you think? Which one are you talking about? Because for some reason, the EDP on my skin doesn't perform as well as the EDT, which is weird because you would think that the eau de parfum would perform a little bit better. And the parfum performs better than the eau de parfum. Well, at least it lasts longer. It doesn't have, on my skin, for some reason, it doesn't push at all. Like the parfum, it don't push. It don't push at all, which is why I end up, while I like the EDT, I end up going back to the eau de parfum because at least it's gonna last a little bit longer. But I like the exclusive. You might think about going to something that has a similar DNA, man. Like Nishane has Desiro. I am going to get the Zero. I've been spending some time with the sample kits on that one, and it's been that one and Suspiro Mezzo. Like Mezzo is next. This is gonna be the next one. That one has reached Infinity Stone status for me. But yeah, Mezzo definitely got to get Mezzo in. But the Zero might be up your alley, man, because the Zero definitely has that kind of Blue de Chanel-ish kind of vibe to it. People online like, well, it doesn't smell anything like Blue de Chanel. Okay, snobs, look, it definitely has some Blue de Chanel backbone in there. It definitely has that in there, but it does last a little bit longer on skin. To me, especially like in that fourth hour, if you're still getting the remnants of that, that means you did a good thing, man. Do you think someone who doesn't like, and I'm gonna scroll up in the comments too, so do you think someone that doesn't like the Sauvage Elixir due to it being a little too spicy and loud would like the X straight? No. No, no, no. So that's just strong. X straight is strong. You talk about loud. So it's not loud and like a bubblegummy clubby kind of vibe. It's loud as in you spray that shit on one time, that's it. You ain't got to worry about spraying it no more. like you leaving a cloud. So if and the other thing, if you like the spiciness, if you don't like the spiciness, well, you know what? If you don't like the spiciness of Elixir, you might like the way that it opens up a little bit more. You might, but you're not gonna be as into the dry down on it. So anyways, be well, Gator. Since I'm out, heading to bed. All right, man. You have a good one, man. Say 2 sprays is all I need, but it works for me in warm weather. I wore it earlier today. I had somewhere to be. It's my go-to when riding on my motorcycle. Well, that's a motorcycle scent. Like if you are riding around, like you're in the air. It's in the air. It's in the wind. It's not like sitting there dissipating in one little area. So I could see that. I could see that being a perfect like motorcycle style of scent. It's a EDP Blue de Chanel is weak on my skin. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And I think I confused them a little bit, but EDT works better on my skin than EDP, which is weird to me. I don't know why that is. I usually go with an EDP before I go with like a EDT, because it's kind of that perfect like middle ground. But for some reason, the EDP doesn't perform on my skin that well. Let's see. Savage X-Straight Fire. Andrew had me smell it. Love it. We getting the bottle. Man, look, I'm gonna get a bottle. I'm definitely gonna get a bottle. It's just strong. It said the X-Straight and the Elixir are different. X-Straight is way more fresher. Yeah, so that's the thing. The X-Straight, like if you don't like the spiciness at the top, yeah, you'll probably like that. That part of the extra, but if you don't like the spiciness of the elixir, like I said, you'll like the extra at the top a little bit more. But as it dries down, you might start to be like, oh, okay, well now I kind of get it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I think the extra would be a better vibe at the top for you, but then of course you still got that dry down to go. You know, you say to my nose, extra has some freshness. Kind of pick up a little bit of licorice, but yeah, name it's different from the elixir. It is definitely. It is definitely. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you have to stop in on you, man. 6:30 tomorrow. 6:30. Man, look. There is. I have been sitting here doing like way too many tests on stuff, right? One of the ones that I have kind of fallen in love with a little bit too is this one. Of course, this is the Zaharoff. This is Gusto Limon. If you could tell, now I did not put this dent in here by myself, right? See that? Now I did wear it a little bit, but I gave some to my brother. So, yeah. So that was about 8 mil. Well, yeah, about 10 mil actually. And then I've been kind of wearing. I wore the hell out of it when I first got it, just to kind of test it, see what it's about. You'll go anosmia to this though. You have to be careful if you wear it more than one day in a row. You'll definitely go anosmia to it. But this is really good. It does give you Pacific Chill vibes at the top. It's just the way that it's blended, that peppermint in there. Like it gives you the minty kind of vibe that you get out of Pacific Chill. It's not going to be that dewy, fruity kind of vibe, that oceanic vibe that you get out of aquatics. I mean, aquatic vibe, yeah, that you get out of Pacific Chill. Not the extent of it, at least, but you do get that fresh kind of minty pop at the top in here. This dries down to some nice candies. and I dig it a lot. It also lasts a good while on my skin, man. Like I'm getting average 8 hours on it. And the CI just lasted a good little while. Like it's not pushing off my skin like a damn beast for all 8 hours or so, but it's definitely for that first couple of hours pushing off the skin, and then it kind of gives me about a good like maybe 6 to 12 inch scent bubble around me that has like terrific sillage. Like when I walk by people, they're like, you know, trying to sniff on me. So this one's really good. This one is definitely good. Let's see. Bro, I smelled X Nihilo Blue Talisman X-Straight and it smells feminine to me and more designer than niche. Um, I am not the biggest fan of the Blue Talisman DNA. I know the DNA well. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of it, which is why, like, when people like were like, "Yo, you got to get Blue Talisman, you got to," it's okay. Like, okay, let me take that back. I like the Blue Talisman DNA, but I don't like it for the price. Like, fragrance is all about what you value. I don't value that DNA at that price. Now, if you were to sell me that DNA for $100, I don't even know if I'd go 100. Yeah, well, maybe. If I was to get that DNA at $100 for a 3.4, yeah, I probably would go for it, but not at the price that it's at. It's not a bad DNA, but I can see how people could look at it and say like, oh, that's feminine. And not just the regular one, but the X straight. The X straight to me, I could definitely see why somebody would feel that way about that X straight. It's not bad, but it is very unisex. It is very, very unisex. Let's see. Blue Tasman X-Ray gave me JPG Paradise Garden vibes. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. I not completely, but I can see it. Blue Talisman good, but Azure Royal X-Ray, even though it's not a dupe of BT Man, it's incredible. It's all I need. Interesting. That is interesting. I don't think I'm gonna bring that in, by the way, because somebody was asking me, did I want to get that one, the Azure Royal? I don't know. I may end up doing it. I don't know. We shall see. We shall definitely see. But by the way, I really dig this one. This is one that I've been testing. Like I said, I showed the EDT Intense, the Lacoste Blue, which is going to be a nice little blue fragrance for folks. It's Lacoste. So you're going to wait till this goes down to like $50, right? And I'm going to recommend people wait till it goes to $50. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. But definitely, man, I think if you wait to be $50 on the block, this will be great. I'll even give it 60. I think it'll be worth it at 50 to 60. In that range, it's worth it. Where's that now? Now, wait till it gets to discounters. Definitely wait till it gets to discounters. Because it will be the next great Lacoste. I'll say it like that. You say Gator get it is fire. See, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do it. Let's see. Say you have any creeds? Not anymore. I mean, I got like I got Silver Mountain Water. I got Centaurus. And I've got Wild Vetiver, and I haven't even opened the Wild Vetiver one. It's in the closet. Because I like I said, I'm backlogged right now. The Phoenix, I only got like a small sample of it when it came in. Aventus Absolute, I did get that. I got like a 5 milli of that one. So if you are new to the channel, the way I run my fragrances a lot of times is before anything that's over $100, I will bring in a decant first, right? I'll bring in like a 5 milli or a 10 mil, depending on what kind of fragrance it is. And if I like it, and I'll wear it a few times out of that 5 mil. If I like it, I'll put it on the list to get a full bottle once the decant is gone. Once that travel size is gone. That's like the way that I kind of keep things in order and keeps me from being like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm about to go buy this. That keeps me from doing it like that. Perfect example of that, this one right here. All right. So I got, and I did this on a live. Must have been, it was last year when Vetiveria first dropped from Ormond Jane. When it first dropped, man, I had brought in I was like 8 mil of it, or 10 mil. It was a 10 mil. Fell in love with it. But the requirement is I have to get through that whole decant before I go and buy a whole bottle of it, right? And that's the deal that I keep myself on with anything that's over $100. Actually, it's over $150. Anything that's over $150, I will do it like that. And it kind of keeps me in order. It kind of keeps me from like, oh, let me get this, you know. And sometimes once I wear a fragrance enough times, I'm like, you know what? I'm good on it. For example, Room 1015 Wave Child. Got a 10 mil of that one. Love the fragrance. Think it's really nice. After 3 wears on it, I was like, I don't know if I want to pay the price for it. Like, I like the wearing experience, but I don't know if I want to pay the price. Fortunately, just as I was saying that, French Avenue dropped this, right? And I think that Atlantis not only lasts longer on skin, but leans a little bit more into the masculine because that cacao in there kind of adds more of a finished kind of woody touch to it, as opposed to what it is in the original, which is a definite unisex, almost leaning feminine kind of vibe, right? So that was one I was glad I went ahead and got the 10 instead of spending the money on the full bottle, right? That's usually how that will go before I do it. Let's see. Somebody mentioned Mancera, and y'all know that's my favorite house. Hold on. So it's something you can see Mancera making around that price point. Man, look. Oh, I forgot. I gotta get these off screen. Mancera's the house, man. You know I love Mancera. Let's see. Your first niche fragrance is Angel Share on the Rocks. Is good. Yeah, Angel Share is good. Angel Share on the Rocks is good. That's another one that's on that same thing. I've got a decan of it over there. And it's at that point now where it's probably going to get full bottle in the fall, in like probably in the winter. It'll be done by then. It's got to leapfrog a couple things. It's got to leapfrog a couple things. Soprano, I keep saying Soprano, Sospiro Mezzo, and it's because I'm thinking of Mezzo Soprano. But Sospiro Mezzo, that's probably gonna be first. That's gonna be first. And then shortly after that, probably Desero. Because y'all know I love a blue fragrance, and it's a blue fragrance that is like heavy on the apple. So I love it. So how was the last 2 Mancera drops? Wood something and something musk. Yeah, Mochi Musk is a little bit too feminine for me. I might consider it being like a fun fragrance buy when it hits discounters later down the line. The other one, I know what you're talking about. I have not smelled it yet. I don't think it's dropped. It hasn't dropped in the US yet. It hasn't dropped in the US yet. But I know exactly which one you're talking about, and it's on the list. It is on the list. I'm not stalking it like I did Fig Me Up. Like, if you've been around my channel for a while, y'all know I stalked Fig Me Up. Like, Fig Me Up was one that I literally was like on the European sites and all that stalking, just waiting on that to come in. You know, I think I was one of the first people to review that one when it dropped. Wood Season. Yeah, that's what it's called. Wood Season. It said, is that Ormond James smell like a fresh Dior Sauvage elixir? I heard someone say that. Oh, well, not really. But it's got that. You could say like a Dior Sauvage elixir if it didn't have fruit and had green. If it was very, very green, because it has that Timur pepper in here, so it has that nice peppery top note in here, that lime in here. If you take the more base fruity vibes and replace that with more of a citrus fruit vibe, like you get in here with the lime, you could say that it does have a kind of similar kind of vibe to it. Of course, this is going to dry down a little bit more in that smoky, woody kind of vibe, though. That vetiver really, this is a really good. I like this. It's out of my Terra twins, out of the V twins, Verano and Vetiveria. Verano's gonna always be my favorite, but this one turns heads. I like this one a lot, and I can't wait to wear this. This is another one that's a fall fragrance. Like downwind of this is where you want to be. Like Verano is kind of like summer, spring. You know, this is more fall, and you could get away with it in the winter. It's just this is just nice. That pepper really makes this thing work, man. It really does. Um, but yeah, man, it's just so many. I was telling my wife this the other day. I was like, it's so many of these that need reviews. This is an oldie but goodie that I picked up. Well, people are starting to talk about it now. The Elegant Vetiver I've had for a little bit. It's sitting on here because I was like, I needed to go ahead and do a full review on it. The Darling that just dropped completely off the map. Everybody stopped talking about it. Because once they realized that it was another one that was overhyped, it's not even, again, ain't a bad fragrance. It's really not. It's not a bad fragrance. But it's the hype train on this one especially. Yeah. They still got people putting it on lists, and I don't understand why. Hold on. This guy right here. Now, I got this one in probably about a month ago. And this is Armaf Odyssey Infusion. A lot of people will consider this feminine. It, to me, smells like a spa day. Like a straight up spa day. But there's going to be people who smell this and be like, man, that smells like a girl. It does have, you can say that it has a feminine kind of vibe to it. I got this because if you look on, and they may have fixed it now, but originally on Fragflex, they had it as Armaf Odyssey Infusion. And I was like, oh, that's the new Odyssey, thinking it was like Nexus, because I didn't remember the name. So went ahead and got this. And when it came in, I was like, that don't look like an Odyssey fragrance. And then I smelled it and I was like, ooh, definitely. But yeah, this is a spa day. This is a day at the spa, basically. Like a little bit of mint in there. There's people, like I said, that'll consider this to be feminine. I like it, but this is very situational. This isn't like an everyday, I'm reaching for it, dumb reach, let me spray this on or whatever. This is very situational. This is, I want to, have a little calm day out or something. It definitely does affect mood. It has some mood changing ability to it, but it's not going to be for everybody. It is not going to be for everybody. Let's see. All right. Which one is that? All right. Carol's Gold Absolute? No, not yet. Oh, Dame said he tried it. He said it's not good. Bro, I like the way you explained the sense. Cool, bro. Yeah, I be trying, man. He said, okay, Gator, Nitro Gold is like that. I'm sorry. My bad, Dame. My bad. Dame will put you on some shit, though. Dame will put you on some shit. I was talking about that Armaf, that Sky, Blue Sky, the other day with somebody. Because I remember you had hit me up on the Blue Sky, and I was like, let me try this out. And man, I dig Blue Sky. I actually sprayed it the other day. I was like, I'm gonna have to throw it in the rotation in a little bit. But I was talking to somebody about Blue Sky the other day, and they were like, man, is it that nice? I was like, man, it's an underrated steal. Like, you won't even realize how good it is until you actually wear it. And they were like, really? Is that good? I was like, yeah. And you say it's aging crazy. Man, look. So, matter of fact, let me bring that thing down. So I sprayed it the other day. I just was saying that, right? And I realized when I sprayed it, that this stuff is getting, like they say maturation is a real thing. With this one, oh yeah, definitely. Because for me, it's gotten brighter at the top. Like everything is kind of smoothed out in there, but the top is coming across a lot brighter. Like you get into the aromatics and everything at first, but it's not like when I first got it, it was like, oh, that's nice, it's smooth and all that. And it's still smooth, but you're getting like a little bit more of the citrus at the top. It's kind of done brightened up a little bit, and it's kind of adding to like a fullness of it, right? Now, as it dries down, it's that same thing, man, and you can really get a little bit of that texture from the tobacco in here as it dries down too, man. But it's smoothed out really, really nice, man. Is it Blue Sky better than Game of Spades Boston, especially for the price difference? Hey, so here's the thing, and they're two different fragrances technically, but for my money, yeah, definitely, definitely for my money, go in here, go in here, and it lasts on skin. That's the other thing about this one is that it does actually last on skin for a good little bit. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm spraying on and then it's just gonna, fleet away and disappear. Like it's got for me, I get 8 hours. I get 8 hours easy on it. I may actually put it in rotation this week. I might have to. But yeah, man, underrated, underrated. Those are the ones that I was telling. Like I said, I was talking to some people this week, and they were asking me about underrated fragrances, like fragrances that people don't talk about, but would be good pickups. And that was one of the ones that I was like, hey, look, definitely want to try that one. Definitely want to try that one. Another one I was telling them about this underrated people ain't talking about, and I think I'm the only one who talked about it. I think Kuba did a video on it recently too. But that King of Kings Royal Island, gotta cover my face. That Royal Island with that watermelon and gin, lasts on your skin, real nice. Underrated. I think a lot of it is because of the price point on that one, because it is in that $59 price point, but it's unique. It's not like a Game of Spades where it's a dupe of something. Like they're saying that this is, this is a dupe of Blue Moon Ginger Dash. It's not. It's not. It's not. It just has some of that vodka vibe and it has a little bit of the ginger, but Blue Moon Ginger Dash doesn't have that watermelon vibe and that ambery dry down, that clear wood. Man, that's underrated. Definitely underrated. And then people ain't talking about this one either. And people talked about it all for about 2 weeks and then stopped talking about it. But in my opinion, this is actually one of the best releases that French Avenue's put out in a minute. Because it really does capture what the OG fragrance is. But at the same time, it doesn't go quite as earthy as the original. So I think it has a little bit more like lift for like warmer weather than the original does. Although, not gonna lie, I'm a Trouble in Paradise guy from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. So that's another one that's on the list. It's about to run out. So that's gonna be one that's gonna be coming in soon. He say, Facts Gator, yeah, man. He say it's never in stock, Royal Island. Yeah, man. So they as soon as it drops in, it's gone. It's so weird. Matter of fact, I just talked to my dude the other day, man, at a new, because they got it in and was trying to get more in, and they couldn't find it. Yep, it sold out on the new too. Um, because they kept saying they couldn't source it. They were trying to get it sourced, they couldn't get it, which sucks, man. That sucks. And then I talked about the Bamboo Reflections, which this is. I'm surprised this one didn't get no hype. I'm surprised. As good as this fragrance is, I am surprised it didn't get no hype. It's one of the better Torino 21 inspirations that's out there. And like I said, it's different from the original in that it goes candied in the dry down, but it makes that thing last longer on skin. Because I don't care what nobody say, the problem that everybody that I talk to has with Torino 21 is that it don't last on them. It don't last. It goes, and what it is it actually opens up really nice. You get that mint, you get your lemon, your verbena, you get all of that kind of stuff, and it's really, really nice. It blends really well, and it goes into this beautiful harmony, and then it dries down, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. But what it's supposed to do loses the mint. What it's supposed to do loses the lemon. What it's supposed to do goes into more of a like floral kind of vibe as it dries down, like floral woody. So it's kind of like floral musky woody, I should say. But so it's kind of like it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just that the best part of Torino 21 is the opening. So as soon as that's gone, I don't really want to hear the dry down. That's what I like about that, is because you're going to have more of the aspects of that opening for way longer for the duration of the fragrance. So I was going to Torino 21 was on the list. I got the decant, it's done. I don't even think I need to get it. I really don't. Because I think that right there, not just scratches the itch, but it really answers the questions. So you need to check that out. Yeah, man, it's good. He said, brother, Guerlain Honey Tobacco is out of this world. Try 10 mil and you'll need a verse. No. So here's the problem with that one. It is way out of my price range. I got like a 2 mil of it, fell in love. It's amazing. So there's two fragrances that I am like, that are on my like, oh, that's gonna be like maybe a Christmas present list, right? That's one of them. Guerlain Honey Tobacco, or Tobacco Honey, and Dries Van Noten Santal Greenery. Now, Santal Greenery is what this is based on. Santal Greenery is what Jungle Vibe is based on. Oh, I got it backwards. Is what Jungle Vibe is based on. Now, I love Jungle Vibe. I think that it is a designer version of Santal Greenery. And it's really nice. It performs well on skin. But this is one of those times when, so if you know how I do my reviews. I always get the OG when I'm doing reviews of fragrances. Like if I'm doing a review of a Inspired By, I always get the OG and I play with the OG for a while, and then I wear this side by side, and then I wear this by itself. And then, you know what I'm saying? So, because I before I do a review on it, I usually wear a fragrance at least 4 or 5 times, right? Which is why it was taking so long to get in between reviews, which is why I have such a backlog, but I digress, right? So what happened is when I got in my sample of Santal Greenery, I was like blown away because the fig is just amazing in that one. The way that it performs, this is a lot more green than the original is, but the way Santal Greenery performs, that photorealistic vibe to it, it is definitely niche, very photorealistic, and it ain't gonna be for everybody because it's so photorealistic, because it feels like you've got a fig in your hand and you squeeze it and the pulp starts to come out. It really feels like that. This one feels more like something you would wear, right? Santal greenery feels like something you experience. So there is a difference. And just because you experience something doesn't mean that it's something that you have to wear every day. And Santal greenery, I probably wouldn't wear it every day. It's not one that I would say, oh, I'm going to wear it again and again and again, which is why that $350 price point is kind of steep. But it's definitely on the list of something because it is a magical fragrance to wear. And it was definitely something that I would love to have in the collection and have in the arsenal just in case I need to go ahead and wear it. This is something you can pick up and do a daily wear for and not be disappointed. And it smells fresh. It smells very clean, green, very much something that you would be like, okay, I can actually wear this any time of year because it actually can work in the winter. Um, this is a nice one, but the Santal greenery is so good. It really is, man. But I said all that to say that Santal greenery is that good. There are inspirations of tobacco honey that are out there right now. I smelled one the other day. No, no, no. So tobacco honey definitely is going to be on the list. And that one's one that I'm going to have to just say, okay, I'm going to get the bottle because the 2 mil was enough for me to be like, you know what? It's going to be on the list for this year. Let's see. You said 65 is too much for it. Which one are we talking about? Jungle Vibe is good. Yeah, Jungle Vibe is good, man. Oh, Santal Greenery. Santal Greenery is by Dries Van Noten. I know how to spell it. It's Dries, Dries, then Van, Van, and then Noten, I think is Notten. Dries Van Noten. You know what? I think I got the sample right here. I could tell you. Nope. I thought I had the sample right there. And I was like, I could tell you. Bro, y'all gotta, yeah, here it is. It's only 1 T. Let me see. Come on. Focus, god dang it. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting I'm on 1080. So it don't focus the same. Does not focus. There we go. Dries Van Noten. Santal Greenery. Such an amazing. This is so good. But yeah, man, that's how I usually do things. Got this one, sprayed it out, had a good wear on this one, fell in love with it, by the way. And then, I wear the original and I, kind of go with it how it goes. Same thing with this one. This is Nanotopia. This is another one. I'm getting this. Nanotopia. So Nanotopia is from a company called Born to Stand Out. And that Nanotopia is what this is inspired by. This Rumil coffee, it's like banana bread. It's like coffee and banana bread is what it smells like. It's really nice. This is a fall banger. I like the vibe on this. And that bottle looks super feminine. You'll be surprised how masculine this fragrance goes as it gets into the dry down. But I did the same thing with that one that I did with this one. Of course, wore the original, wore this one. This is the original I got to get. This is another one that does that, where I was like, oh, you know what? Got to get the original. Only because on me, the original goes dark. Like, this is going to be the easier wear. Like this one is going to be the one that you'll probably get more compliments on, that you'll get like a lot more like feedback on because it's a lighter wear, easier wear, super potent though. It does push off the skin, but very much an easier wear. This one gets dark and dank. Like the original gets to where it gets into that like that deep oody kind of vibe to where people will get around you like, oh, okay, grown man, huh? Okay. But this one is more like mass appeal pleasing. So they did a good job with the inspiration, but I just would rather the original because I kind of like the depth of the original on that one. And that's okay. So speaking of green fragrances, how is Xerjoff Cosmarati Fiero? I don't think I smell Fiero. I don't think I smell it. And if I have smelled it, because this is what happens a lot of times. Like I'll smell something and I will be like, "Oh, that's nice. That's cool." I was like, and I don't think of anything of it. Said King of Kings, Royal Island, $65. Is $65 too much? No, because that's what it's going for right now. 59 to 65 in that range. That's what it's going for, and it's for the 3.4. I will say it's worth it. It's worth it. I did a review on this one, and I couldn't even edit the review because my nerves got to a point to where I couldn't sit there and type and move the mouse and do all that kind of stuff. Like it was really, really bad. Like I work daily and then I drive Uber, and me getting through a day at work was like multiple pain pills, and really just like trying to push to the point to where I would be exhausted after I got off from work, just trying to make sure I was, able to work. But I talked about it on that review, and y'all will probably hear this again, but I find this is an experiential type fragrance. Is very much one of those fragrances that's transportive. Like this to me, when you spray it on, reminds me of the cookout. This reminds me of a sunny day, not super hot. You coming, you pulling into the cookout. You see your people over there. They cutting up watermelon and they handing it out, and you get your watermelon, you got it on your plate. You know what I'm saying? You sit down and you getting ready to eat, and then here come your old bullshitting ass cousin, man. Look, say, bro, you pour your little cup of vodka, in the red solo cup. You sitting next to you, you eating, and you take a little sip. You doing your thing. That's really what this smells like. You watching the kids playing in the yard, and you just thinking good times. You just thinking of vibing, that's what this is. Like in a bottle. That's what this is. It's such an interesting thing, but that's just what this is. Oh, y'all talking about what you call it. Cosmarati Umo is a nice blue fougere. Yeah, it is. It is, man. It is. I think there's a few of those that I'm gonna be bringing in probably soon. Fingers crossed. But I have to get like my backlog out. Like y'all see me looking over here. Y'all don't understand what's happening. Like if you were to see, so y'all see what this is right here? Y'all see all these? Now imagine 2 times this on my review table. My shelves have probably about, on the top of the shelves have maybe about 12 bottles a piece sitting there. And then my office desk has probably about 7 or 8 or not 11 bottles sitting there. So it's like it's wild. Like I gotta get them out. Got to get the reviews out. Like I still haven't done the review for this one. I did, like, I wore it a couple times, and I think I did talk about it. That French Riviera Intense, I think I did talk about it, but man, I still got to do the review on that one. I still got the melodies and the symphonies of it all that are sitting here that need to be talked about. The symphony melody and the symphony harmony. Symphony harmony, by the way, is a take on Louis Vuitton Lovers, the house that shall not be named. And this one is Roja's Elysium. In this one, of course, I took them with the originals and side by side of them. This one is a little bit more green than the original Lovers, but it's really, really close. It's really good. I think I talked to Ricky about that one. This one, to me, I feel like you don't need to get Elysium or any of the other takes. I feel like this is a better take on the DNA, especially with La Flacons being like $25 to $30 in the price point. Presentation is amazing on this too. But yeah. La Falcon's the one who did this one. The which is my favorite cologne of last year. The Isola blue cologne, the Rissala. I had to name it Rissala Autograph. This is amazing. I think it's on Amazon for $35 now. This is amazing. When I say how close this is to Solar Blue, I think that they lean a little green on their stuff. But that one, not as much as this one is. But yeah, that one's a good one. And it lasts all day too. I love that fragrance, man. Love it. Yeah, the Violin Twins. Yeah. The Violin Twins, man. They're really, really good. They're supposed to be dropping another one. At least that's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. So I'm excited about that. Shoot, there's a bunch of stuff on here that needs to get looked at. This one, and I can't wait to do the review on this. This is Dubai Milano. Oh, let me see if I can. The problem with this one is that to get the real presentation, you got to have it sitting flat on something. I'll turn this over so y'all can see it. This is Dubai Milano, right? So somebody, we don't name no names, said that this fragrance, and I love the presentation, that globe on here, I love that presentation, man. That's sick. That is a sick presentation. Somebody said that this reminded them of Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. I am here to say the lie detector determined that was a lie. The only real comparison in here to the Bleu de Chanel Exclusive DNA really is the way that they use the labdanum in here. This one is a lot spicier. This one has a lot more texture, especially in like that early part of the dry down. Like when you first spray it on, it's a little bit. It's kind of like the Nexus, where it has a little bit of a muddled vibe, and you're getting like the pineapple, you're getting the guava, but it's a synthetic guava. And fortunately, they don't dose the guava a lot. They blended it really well to where you do get little hints that it is a little bit of a syntheticness to it, but it's not like overly synthetic. Like when you overdo guava in an overly synthetic way, like it's like you perfect example. This Beach Party, Arm Off Beach Party, right? This fragrance should be like good. It's gonna have guava. You're gonna have a lot more of this kind of watery aquatic vibe to it. But the way that guava comes across is so synthetic that it will make you nauseous if you spray too much of this. Like I could get away with maybe 4 or 5 sprays at the no, I can't even get that. Like maybe 3 sprays at the very, very max. But it's not one that you could spray more than that, at least for me, without getting nauseous. And it's the way that the guava comes across here. It's uber synthetic and it gives this weird kind of like vomit inducing kind of like synthetic-y tartness that's in there. And I don't like it. And they use the exact same guava, that synthetic guava, in here. But what they did was they dosed it right. They used the pineapple in here to kind of balance it out, and they dialed it back to where you could get little hints of it, but it's not overly, doesn't turn it. This almost makes it feel like it turned the fragrance. Here is not that way, and it kind of balances out a little bit. And as it dries down a little bit more, you get a little bit of the texture. I think it's got some, I think it's either pink pepper or something in here that's giving it a little bit more texture, and as it kind of goes into the dry down. And then it's got a little bit of darkness, a little leatheriness that comes in. Like I said, that labdanum starts to kind of play its toll in here, gives it a little bit of a leathery, ambery kind of vibe here. But it's nowhere near what you would find in like Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. Completely different vibe. Completely different. The labdanum is in here, and they both use labdanum, but that's the only thing that they have in common. Like if you smell this one, it's gonna smell more like a JPG fragrance or a Paco Rabanne. It's matter of fact, it's gonna smell more like a Rabanne fragrance. And when I say that, y'all know what I mean. That kind of frothy designer sweetness that's there at the top, and then the dry down, it kind of has that. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way when I say frothy designer sweetness. What I mean is that it has more of that vibe than it does like a Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. That being said, it's not a bad fragrance. I actually kind of like it. I can't wait to wear. This is another one that's a fall fragrance. Like in the fall, it's probably going to do some really good work. I think it's going to be really, really nice as a fall wear. I was missing all of this stuff. Let's see. Hell yeah, right on. Let me do this. Oh, there we go. I was trying to make it go there we go. Picked up Moscow Mule. I like it. I wish it was stronger and last longer. If Moscow Mule sits, if it sits, it gets pretty darn strong. Like this one has been sitting probably about a year. I'm dropping shit. Well, actually, I did wear it earlier in the summer. But what is that? Odyssey Aqua. Why is Odyssey Aqua up there? Anyway, but yeah, like as it sits, it definitely gets stronger. Like this one now, that ginger punches. That ginger be punching now. It's really nice. It really is nice. I hate to be like, oh, buy a fragrance, let it sit for a year. But if you got it and it doesn't last as long as you want it to, it's okay. You know, it may not be something that's going to be ready for this season. When you pull it out next year, it's going to be right. We're going to talk about the Cosmobrati when I see it. Say, bro, I smelled that Guerlain Forte last week in Liverpool and Mexico, and it's a banger, and they're bringing it back in October. I hope so. I hope they're bringing it back because that one, to me, is my favorite designer drop of the year. Like, no questions. That one is my favorite designer drop of the year. It is that good. I love that fragrance. I really do. L'Homme Ideal Cologne Forte. Such a banger of a fragrance. Let me see if I can get the thing to go. There we go. L'Homme Ideal Cologne Forte. It's amazing. Like, it's one that I had to get a backup bottle on. Like, I went ahead and got a backup bottle just in case. Because they say they're bringing it back. I'm hoping that they don't bring it back reformulated, because that was something I heard that could happen. I made sure to get a backup bottle just in case when it was available, because I had a feeling. Because, and Mo, you know this. I've talked about it before where I was like, I'm looking for this. I can't find it. And then when I found it, I was like, oh, you're not about to do this to me. So I had to make sure I got a backup bottle of it. But my favorite release of the year, like hands down. Like I don't know if there's one that I would say would be even close. I don't know. I don't think there's anything close. Let's see. The Falcone has some good value. Yeah, they do. You said Ahmad Noble is a good Aqua de Parma 2 colonial interpretation by Le Falcone. Let me tell you something. That is the one fragrance that made me want to fight Le Falcone. That is the one fragrance that made me want to fight Le Falcone. So, where's my where is it at? I think it's Oswald Noble. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I messed it up. Hold on. I'm putting Le Falcone. Yeah, Amjad Noble. This thing. Amjad Noble. Tell you something. See this thing? This is Amjad Noble, right? From Le Falcone. So, here's the crazy part. I wanted to fight them. I wanted to fight Le Falcone. Let me tell you something. This, to me, filled the air with promise at the top and came crashing down. First of all, they went overboard with the Neroli in here. So I like Neroli. I'm a Neroli guy. Neroli's cool. They went overboard with it, but it's cool because the way that they dosed it is very soapy, aromatic. It's an aromatic, soapy kind of Neroli. So you're smelling more of it in the air when you first spray it, but then it kind of settles down really, really quick. And then you get into like the pineapple, you get into more of those citrus fruit elements. And as it smooths out, you're like, oh shit, this might be real nice. Oh snap. In about 20 minutes in, it's like, damn, y'all put too much Neroli in here. And it becomes just straight Neroli after that. And it's like, wait a goddamn minute. Like on the strip right now, it smells good. It's like, oh, that's nice. And then it goes into the dry now. Now, here's the thing. With this one, I've only worn it once. Y'all know how I am. I like to wear stuff a few times to get the full story on the fragrance. But this made me so mad that first time that I wore it that I was like, man, that's that bullshit. Like, I literally told my wife, I walked in the room with it all. And she just looked at my face and then she said, what is that? So when my wife says that, like when she says it like that, like if she likes what I'm wearing, she's like, hmm, you smell nice. You smell citrusy. You know. But when it's something that she don't like, what is that? And yeah. And that's what she did with this one. But it's so weird because I don't mind the neroli, but they just did it too much. You know what? I don't mind it. They did too much of it to the point to where as it dries down, it pisses me off because the opening is so nice. Like outside of the initial spray, once it gets to like a 5 minutes in, like I'll strip right now, so nice. They balanced it really, really well. That pineapple, those citrus fruits, and all that kind of stuff balanced real well with the neroli. And the way that they dose it really comes across like very, very much a very soapy, clean cut kind of vibe. Like you could wear this with like suit, tie, work. This is work vibes all day. But then on skin, it just and the citrus just dissipates, and it's like all the neroli just yeah. That being said, though, I I've only worn it once. That's what I'm gonna say. I've only worn it once. It said that Milano president is sick. I can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so they've got a couple of them, and I had to resist the urge to get all of the globes because the other two seemed slightly feminine. This one seemed a little bit more masculine leaning, so I was like, okay, I'll go with this globe and see what it's about. Um, but yeah, and then because certain people said it smelled like Blue de Chanel exclusive, I'm a sucker for the exclusive DNA. I got a couple of them sitting there now. So the one that everybody be hating on me about, that I don't think is a bad fragrance, but it just falls flat for me. I like it. It just falls flat. This is gonna get used in the fall. It's gonna be used. It's gonna get worn, and people gonna like it. I hope. I'm gonna like it slightly. And then this one, which is still the most complimented fragrance of the year for me. Nocturnal Elixir, most complimented fragrance, hands down. Like hands down, the most complimented fragrance. I mean, like I drive Uber, like I say, part time. Every time I've worn this, I get compliments at work, yes. And I had a couple people stop me in the store, yes. But I'll consistently have people coming in and getting in and out of the Uber and stuff like that. No less than 5 every time I've worn it during the night. Just like, oh, it smells so good in here. Oh, that smells so good. What is that? Oh, you smell so good. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is very much, it is not as close, again, not as close to Blue de Chanel exclusive as Carrelage Icon is. But Carrelage Icon is Blue de Chanel exclusive with no spirit. This has all of the spirit of Blue de Chanel exclusive, but not as close as that is the smell, is the DNA. So yeah, I'd rather this. And which is why I was kind of excited about this and now disappointed. It's a good fragrance though. I'm looking forward to dropping all of my misconceptions and wearing it a few times more. Let's see. Said that was a lie. You are not the father. Wait, what? Oh, y'all talking about the girl on? Yeah. Oh, you the Valentine Marsala? Is it Valentine Marsala you talking about? Um, that one is, I think it's another Torino 21 DNA, isn't that? It's the black bottle. No, well, there's a black bottle one, and I think there's a red bottle one. Is it more, more money? Put it this way, no, oh Lord. What are you talking about? Good, because maybe like 2 weeks ago. Oh, you talking about the Moscow Mule? Yeah. Let's see. You say, damn, you got it. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course. You talking about the Guerlain? Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, Moscow. Yeah, Moscow Mule does get stronger. Very much gets stronger. Okay, so Guerlain Ideal, Cologne Forte versus Eau Givray. Now, y'all know I already harp on Eau Givray being the best summer fragrance ever. Go argue with your mom. I think still Eau Givray is the best summer fragrance ever. I think that Guerlain Cologne Forte, L'Homme Ideal Cologne Forte, is the better fragrance overall. But I think that if you was going head to head for best summer fragrance, just what Eau Givray does, hands down, it's the better. It's the better one. Now, it's interesting though that you mentioned Cologne Forte in that sense because it has almost a little bit of a cooling vibe to it as well, just not the same as the Eau Givray does, right? Now, it's closer than what I'm making it seem because it made it seem like I'm just like hands down Eau Givray. In all honesty, it is very close, very very close. But I would still, if it was a hot summer day and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really need to. I think a lot of it boils down to Cologne Forte being stronger and a little bit denser. Um, so for a super high heat day, I'm probably not going to go with Cologne Forte. But for a super high heat day, Eau Givray all day. So yeah, I would probably go with Eau Givray in that sense. Although again, I think Ideal Cologne, L'Homme Ideal Cologne Forte is the better scent overall. Siage Betty, hey, get it now. You done change your name. Now, if you changed your name, because we're gonna fuss if you change your name. Because I just talked to a young lady today and recommended you, you and Tracy Lynette. I just was like, yeah, you got to look up Mixed Edition online. You got to look up Mixed Edition. She be doing her thing, girl. He said, I live in Monterey, California. We have car week this weekend, and all these guys driving Ferraris and Bentleys and Lambos smell like Dior Sauvage EDT. Yeah, yep. No, yep. It was the fuckboy fragrance. That's like if you come to Atlanta, you can smell baccarat and weed. That's the smell of Atlanta. It's baccarat and weed, basically. Ruman. I'm gonna say Ruman. I'm not even gonna go to the rest of it. Watching all the way from Pakistan. Well, congratulations for coming in, man, and finding us. Or thank you actually for coming and joining us, man. Very much appreciated. Welcome in, man. Definitely welcome in. It's good seeing you. Good seeing you. Let's see. Chanel exclusive for me smells like a casino carpet in Las Vegas. It's got some depth to it. It does have that leathery depth. Yep, funny. One of my most cheapest fragrances gets me the most compliments. Jaguar Pace, $18. Super simple, spicy blue shower gel. Sometimes that's what it is. Like real talk. Sometimes the simplest of fragrances will get you the most compliments. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Every time I wear it, and it might be sitting over on my every time I wear it, somebody's like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing?" Oh, Boucheron Singular. Boucheron Singular. Just a standard blue fragrance. You can find it super shower gel blue. Probably find it for like $20 online. Just this is a man's man blue. Amazing blue fragrance. Just spray it on and go. Good for the office, good for dressing up, good for dressing down. It's a quick pickup for anything. But compliment factor is there on that one. Very, very high on that fragrance. That one, and of all of them that you would think, see the dent in this bottle? It's not even a dent anymore. It's like tragedy at this point. This, you can't even see the words. I have to literally turn the camera from it. This is Luciano Magnitude. This is an interpretation of Leminste, from the house that should not be named. One of the better interpretations of it. $20 maybe online. But the amount of gravity this thing has when I walk through a room and folks just like, yeah, this is nice. This is really, really nice. Which is why they got that dent in there. That's part of the reason the dent is so big in that fragrance. It's my most complimented fragrance is JPG Paradise Garden and Dior Elixir. Both of them are good. I can see why people would compliment them like that. Let's see. I live in a desert. I'm always looking for high heat performers. Can you give me 3 recommendations? One is Eau Givray. All day, every day. Gotta bring Eau Givray up. Cheddar Man's Eau Givray. It's not very super, super duper expensive either. Let me see if I can cover my face so it'll focus. But yeah, Eau Givray. Amazing fragrance. Cooling. Citron, woodiness. Just beautiful. Beautiful. High heat. It works amazingly. You're in a desert, right? So the cooling factor in that one is good. But something that you might appreciate even more is this one. This one is Polo Deep Blue Parfum. Don't let the parfum designation fool you, because it actually pushes off the skin a lot more than just like your standard parfum, quote unquote, fragrances do. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful green mandarin, salty, aquatic vibe. Not quite even blue shower jelly. This one actually makes you feel like you're out at the sea. It's got a saltiness to it. It's got this this beautiful like opening with that, like I said, with that green mandarin. So it's kind of like not quite ripe yet. So you're just getting a little bit of the essence of it at the top. Really, really nice. This is real, real nice. Like, and it lasts. This lasts on skin all day for me. Like, this one is one, like, if you're in a high heat environment, that's one that you can look at and say, oh yeah, I can definitely rock with that. Now, I just talked about this one a little while ago because it can be one of those fragrances that's going to be in a lot of people's price range. This is that Summer Vibes, by the way, from Jean Lo. Maison Alhambra Jean Lo Summer Vibes. This is also very much in the rolly, orange blossomy fragrance here. It's got a little bit of citruses at the top, a little orange. It's really nice. Like on skin, this is one that on paper it's like, okay, it's cool, but when you wear it, it's really, really is a head turner. I really dig that. And then like high heat situations, Aromatics does make some good stuff, man. This is probably one of the best ones he's ever done. This is Aromatics Platine Blanc. So when we're talking about high heat fragrances, this one is that. This one is made for that high heat. This one's gonna have a robustness in that high heat. It's gonna have a big overdose of mint, but it's also gonna have almost like a fizziness to it as well here. It's going to definitely cool you down. It has that cooling factor, like I mentioned with the Eau Givre. This one kind of has that too, right? And at the price point that it's at, overspray it, don't worry about it. But it actually performs pretty well too. I get 8 hours on skin with this one. So this one would be one that I think if you're looking for something, especially that's going to kind of push off your skin and kind of announce you, yeah, this was a good one for that. This was actually really, really good for that high heat environment. So that was like 4 of them. And there'll probably be more to come, you know. I would say Le Sel d'Issy, but I just talked about those, so. Did you say weed? Oh, no, yeah. Is insert Legend Leather and Ocean of a Midnight Moon gets the most attention. Ocean of a Midnight Moon is one that I think I'm gonna be bringing in. I did smell it. I think I like it a lot. The Simone and Droli fragrances. I have always been a fan of Malibu Party at the Bay. And I had a horror story. And I had ordered a bottle of it from a place and it just never came in stock. So I ended up like saying whatever, I'll get it next season. I'll get it next season. I'll get it next season. And I ended up getting a second decant of it because, because I was like, it's so good. Malibu Party in the Bay. This is definitely like on that like coconutty Virgin Island water kind of vibe. But it's really, really, really good. But that's the other one from Simone and Droli. That Tulum Junglescape is good. I like Tulum Junglescape too, but Ocean of Midnight Moon was probably the direction I was going. Yeah, Single Air reminds me of Cool Water, but a more blue version of kind of, yeah. You see, I picked up Bujarmi Next Level and didn't like. I've been hearing a lot of negative stuff about the Bujarmi fragrances, and I'm wondering if they're not that good. I wonder if that's what's going on. I don't know. Salute Gator in chat, man. It's been a minute. Yeah, Racket Club, what's going on with you? What is going on? So the strongest fragrance in my collection is Lattafa Atlas. That's stupid strong. Shut it down, almost pepper spray. Yeah, and it's been reformulated because the original formulation of this unnecessarily strong. Unnecessarily strong. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I could wear it on an outdoor event or something like that. But why? Like, why do I want to wear it to now? That's of course, this is not the strongest fragrance in my collection. You might be saying, well, Gator, what is the strongest fragrance in your collection? And yeah, I'm serious about this. Let's see if I can get to it without climbing on top of my whatchamacallit. All right. This one is the strongest fragrance in my collection. by just a hair over Atlas. This is Rogbo Wood Intense. Now you might ask Gator, why did you put on gloves? Because for some reason, don't know why it is, when I touch this bottle, like when I open it up like that, and I have my hand on the bottle, it's almost like it lifts the oil out or something, the smell out, and I can smell it on my fingers. Like I can smell it on my fingers right now. This stupid strong. Like stupid strong. It's good. It doesn't smell bad. Burnt wood, caramel as it dries down. Really intriguing. It gives like incensey, very incense heavy, woody, and like I said, a little bit of sweetness. Well, a lot of sweetness in the base. But yeah, I'll never get to wear it. I'll never get to wear it. And this is only like $10, like $15 now, I think. It's a good, it smells nice. It really does. But I can't wear it nowhere. Where am I gonna wear it? I wore this one time to work, and I got out of the car and I walked towards the elevator, and this lady was like, she was like, maybe it had to been maybe about 20 feet behind me. And she was like, oh my God, what is that smell? It smells good, but it's so strong. Does somebody have an air freshener in here? Like, yeah, let me not go upstairs. Let me not. I had to change shirts and all kinds of stuff. I had wet wipes trying to wipe the oil off my skin, and it would not come off. I ended up calling in sick and going home. Like, it's strong. It's strong. Let's see. Yep, sending the day for Sunday. Bois 1920 Ultraman. Nice to see you, Gator. Man, I appreciate you coming in here, Sensei. I appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, we don't let to see Joel, man. Let's see. Is Bois Imperial and Suspiro Vibrato worth the hype? Bois Imperial is, Suspiro Vibrato is, but I think there's enough like alternatives to vibrato out there to where it's not a necessity to get vibrato. Like you can get adjacent to vibrato and it's good. Bois Imperial is just a great like grab and go reach spray and you're good to go type of fragrance. It's nice and woody. It's real nice. I think it's worth it. If we're talking about Suspiro, again, I mentioned Mezzo. Mezzo is amazing. Apple, shower gel, lavendery kind of vibe. The price point was outrageous, but it looks like they're starting to bring it down a little bit. But that one's amazing. Can't wait to get like a full bottle on that one. Let's say, when's the last time you bought a fragrance that's not a dupe? Oh, I buy them all the time. I think I just showed you like, well, I just showed the chat. You may not have been here, but I just showed like a bunch of them that are not dupes of fragrances, like this one, of course. Gusto Limon. I showed Vetiveria earlier. What's the last fragrance I brought in? I got Popular Fico over there, but I've had Popular Fico before. I just went ahead and brought it again. I got the Cell D'Issy sitting over there. I got the YSL Intense. The EDP Light Blue. Citrus Riviera. By the way, I got a bad rep on this one the other day, right? Because I talked about this when I was in Orlando, and I talked about how the humidity was kicking its ass. As much as I like this fragrance, I really do. It's not made for high heat. Like that humidity, and I love Citrus Riviera. I really do. I do. One of my favorite BDKs outside of like Creme de Queers. I actually think I got that coming in next month. But it got his ass kicked by that humidity. So yeah. But to answer your question, I buy them all the time. Like I think I buy more niche and designer than I buy dupes now. I got a lot of dupes that's sitting here on the wall. But actually, it's more balanced now. Believe it or not, I got a lot of designer up here, and whatever. Um, I only buy the stuff that I'm interested in. Like if it doesn't add any value to my collection, I'm not gonna buy it. Like if I'm off of the I'm gonna get 50 dupes of the same fragrance kind of thing. Yeah, I've never been that kind of guy unless I was just super interested in a DNA just to see what the DNA was gonna do. Somebody told me that they're duping this already, which if they are, that's way too soon. Way, way too soon. Speaking of, somebody asked me to do a full review on this because I talked about this when we were talking about Orlando. This one actually did very well in that heat down there. The Natural Iris from Al Haramain, that afternoon swim vibe. I'm going to do probably a full review on this one real soon because I like what they did with this. Doesn't get any hype, but when we're talking about afternoon swim clones, I think this is probably the best alternative to it because this is going to last a lot longer. It's different. It's slightly different than the original DNA, especially because they introduced that iris in there to kind of give it a little bit of an ambery density kind of, that's going on. But oh man, this smells so good in the air. Amazingly good. Let's see. Oh yeah, just say love vibrato by Imperial, but Legend Leather is a better, more interesting cousin than by Imperial. I'm about to check it out. You say he broke out with the glove. I had to. Yeah, y'all don't understand. That one, once the oil gets on your skin, it ain't coming off. You say, oh man, bummer, party in the bay is better than Virgin Island water, in my opinion. I think so too. I think so too. Jack says, Fred, just started making my own contents. Man, go ahead and drop your stuff in the chat, man. We have to come in and see what's going on with you. See how you got it going over there. It's always good when, people start making content. I tell people now that I make content, but I'm not a content creator. And you could tell that by the fact that my videos are most of the time not overly polished. I know you use no AI. My thumbnails are just me with a bottle going, hey. No jazzy backgrounds. No, nothing like that. I just get in there and I talk about fragrance because to me, it's about me talking about the fragrance. Now I don't knock people for the jazzy thumbnails and the all that kind of stuff, but that's just not me. That's not what I do. I am a person who has a collection. I was a collector before I started doing content. And so I just talk about the stuff that I get that I wanted to add to my collection. That's why I don't talk about every single fragrance. If you don't see me talking about a fragrance, that's probably because I'm not interested in it. Like people talk about the Hawass fragrances all the time, right? And you notice you've never seen a Hawass on my channel. And it's because I could give a damn about Hawasses. I really just don't. I'm like, they're like, okay, I like Hawass Ice. It was cool, but it's just not something that I'm into. No, especially now that they're on like a fragrance a week release rate, I'm not even concerned with them. He said Gator is the fragrance Michael Jackson. He said Gator doing the gloves like the Bishop. If you know, you know. Usually it's white gloves. Yeah, Bishop has white gloves, right? Now, those gloves that I just pulled out just now is literally because it wasn't to protect the bottle, it was to protect me. That was the difference. The Bishop be like, he got the gloves on to protect them bottles, make sure everything is nice and pristine and everything. Now I'm just trying to make sure I don't get that oil on my fingers because it literally will stick. Yep, Jack Scent Frags. Y'all go check him out, man. Y'all check out Jack Scent Frags. Like I said, I'm always good with people who, create content, man. They say when it comes to Bajrami, their Pacific Chill interpretations of fire, I might have to check out because who was it that was talking to me about that? About their fragrances. They were like, yeah, they I was like, oh, okay. I'm waiting to see on theirs the same way I'm waiting to see on the Mykonos. Now I am interested in some of the Mykonos stuff that I'm seeing. But you know how when people are just being like it's you know what I mean, the shield action. And some people know how to hide it better than others. Right? And it is it's definite. It's like you'll see stuff and it's like, oh, they're at the top of the list. They're at the top of the list. Huh? Wait a minute, are they? Are they really that good? And it could be. But I just find it funny that, yeah, I'm not even gonna go into that. He said, "Let me not go upstairs." Oh Lord. He said, "I keep on the top of Atlas in my garage next to the WD-40." Hey, look, that might be a good place to put it. You any recommendations for a summer everyday fragrance that I'd probably wear to school most of the time? So, I mentioned Platine Blanc earlier. That was a good one. It's not overly expensive. It's one that you could literally, get and you're gonna smell nice. You're gonna smell really good. You might actually dig these two. So, well, three. I'm gonna bring three over here. So, I mentioned Le Sel d'Issy earlier. This one, the Le Sel d'Issy EDT. Am I looking at the right side of this? Oh, that's right, because it's very minimalistic. Very minimalist. I don't even know if you can read the words. There you go. Le Sel d'Issy EDT. What you're going to get is something that's going to be fresh, salty, powerful. It's going to last all day on your skin. At least it lasts all day on my skin. It's different because that seaweed note in there, it's not a funky seaweed. It just gives it a little bit more of a depth. And like I said, it's just kind of like a clean, salty kind of vibe. Not a bad everyday fragrance, man. I mentioned Verde Aura earlier. Verde Aura is really nice. If you're thinking about an everyday fragrance, the way that this presents with that lemongrass in here, it gives it kind of a calming vibe. This is one that will have a great sillage. And again, not very expensive. It's one that people will notice you when you wear this. But at the same time, it also has a calming effect where it's not overly loud. So it's really good, but it performs really well. And then the one I wore today. The more I'm wearing this, the more I'm liking it. This is, of course, the new one from Armoff. This is Odyssey Nexus, man. Oh, pet peeve. See this? What I hate about the Armoff bottles, they're atomizers. They have the black atomizer, right? I have to hunt down the atomizer, the hole every time. Pause. Um, this is a chrome one, but you can see where's the black thing where you see where the fluid's gonna come out. This is another one with the black to where you gotta look for it. You gotta really look to see if you can find what you call it. As opposed to this one, see where you got the little gray dot? So you know where it's coming from. That seems like a little thing, but let's say for instance, I get dressed and it's not super bright in my room in the morning. I have to shine a light dang there to make sure I find the atomizer hole. Pause. You know? But yeah, either one of them. I really do like that. I do. The Nexus. Either one of them would be good. See, how many clones do you have in your collection? I don't know. I don't know. Like there's 180 behind me on the wall. And I got some in the closet. I got some on the shelves over here. And I'm about to get some new shelves in. So because I'm probably gonna start recording again at the desk like I used to do my videos. So I got some actual shelves that'll be sitting on the side, some bigger shelves where it'll have more shelf space for fragrances and stuff. It'll have kind of a little aesthetic to go along with it. But yeah, I got stuff everywhere. So I know it's at least 300. It's in that range. But that's just the full bottles. When we're talking about like decants and things like that, like these size, like these, um, and the other, I have like a whole bunch of these kinds of decants and things. These are like in the 70s and 80s, somewhere in that range. So got a bunch of them. And then of course, got these. You know, I've got probably about 40 bags or so of them sitting in here. So a lot. A lot. And that's not counting the carded samples of stuff that I've just put back in, you know. So yeah, I got a lot of them. Way too many. Way too many, man. I guess you can never have enough. I love them. I love doing them. I love smelling them. So I guess it's not too many. So does Mellow give you personal vibes or BDC? It gives me more BDC. It really does give me more BDC. Yeah. Yeah. The apple is what really distinguishes it in that one. But yeah, it definitely gives me more BDC vibes. I'm trying to think if it really so Percival. No, it's just BDC. I was like, maybe Percival. No, it's BDC. Definitely gives me more BDC vibes. Archer, it's a Bois 1920 Ultimate. Oh, you're talking about just in the day. Let's see. Are you talking about the Chanel Superleggera? Yeah, Chanel Superleggera is good. There, it got crapped on when it first got released, but it's actually pretty good. Joel said having a diverse fragrance wardrobe is a good way to be a collector. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's kind of how I started, more just to have a diverse wardrobe, and then it became like, oh, let me get that one. Oh, let me get that one. Let me get that one. And next thing you know, I didn't just have a fragrance for every season. I had a fragrance for every different weather pattern. I had a fragrance for every different day. I had a fragrance for what I'm saying, every different event. So yeah. Let's see. When I go back to Mexico and Puerto Vallarta, I carry a decant to apply when I need to, and also mosquito repellent. That's a good combo. That's a good combo. It's I keep. So one of the things that I do is every time I get a fragrance, I'll have my fragrance. For example, Spice Bomb Metallic Musk, which I like this. I mentioned earlier that Nocturno might be my most complimented fragrance of the year. Coming in a close second is this one. Believe it or not, people go gaga over this fragrance. I don't understand why. I mean, I get it. It smells good, but people love that fragrance. But every time I get a fragrance, I make one of these. I buy them on Amazon for like a 15 pack. And these are the decants that I wear, that I carry with me during the day, you know, just to refresh if I need to refresh. And this is especially when I'm doing testing on a fragrance, because a lot of times I'll retest top notes and everything. A lot of times you'll see with a lot of my fragrances these huge dents, and a lot of it is because I'd like to retest that opening and smell it again and see it, and I diagnose it and come back with results after that. So, but yeah, man, always keep that decant on you. Cal Cologne had his 10 for life fragrances and none were dupes. So that doesn't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all. That does not surprise me at all. I think that well, okay, I can't say most. Let me back away from that. The majority of people who are in that space, we're in the space, will go for DNAs that are unique to each other, and they probably won't pick dupes because there's not unique DNAs. They'll probably go with the original before they go with the dupe. Um, I can say that I probably wouldn't either. Um, that's not true, because I would definitely do Magnitude, because it does really, like, people love that fragrance. People love that fragrance on me. Um, Perhaps Barouge Perlador, because I love Carlisle. Carlisle's a favorite of mine. But Barouge Perlador has a more woody edge to it. It's not quite as floral, and while it's not as like boom, bust you in your face, it's still very potent, very woody, leans a little bit more masculine. Well, I wouldn't say leans more masculine in Carlisle, but has more of a woody element than the floral element that you find in Carlisle. So I feel like it has a more versatile base in it. So I would say Barouche Perlador might be one that I would keep as one of those that's like a inspired by it for life. Um, Trying to think. It's hard for me to pick fragrances for life because I got so many fragrances. Like, what I'm saying? like what would I pick that would be for life? Like something that I would be like, oh, I can't do without that fragrance. It would be hard. It'd be hard for me to do. Just thinking about it, if I wasn't doing dupes, it'd be hard for me to do. Like, I got 4 or 5, and then I would hate to have to argue between the rest of them. You say, oh, the Airsoft Arrogate Addict. Okay, so I saw someone talk about that the other day. And if it has that Pacific Chill vibe, so I'm taking it has kind of that imagination vibe with a little mint in the top. And if that's the case, then that might not be a bad move. That might not be a bad move at all. I'm interested in that now. Yeah, say Need from Aromatics trashed Nicholas Fragrance hard, said they were garbage. Oh, the Mykonos? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. You know what's weird though? He still had Mykonos in his top three as far as like imagination dupes. Which I found interesting that he had it in his top three. You know what's I find even more interesting? Nobody in their top threes or their top tens or none of their nobody's talking about Phantasm. Nobody's talking about Verde Aura. Nobody's talking about Summer Vibe. Nobody talks about the Jean Lowe fragrances at all. And I feel like it was because Jean Lowe had a little bit of a reputation. You know, Lattafa's sister company. I think they had a little bit of a reputation when they first kind of came out as far as like the quality. Because Immortal and Immortelle, and they are different. Like they said it was just a rebrand. They said it's just a rebrand. When they did Immortal versus when they changed their bottles, they said it was a rebrand, right? And that it's the same juice in the bottles. So they had the Immortal bottle, right? This is Jean Lowe Immortal with the A. They said that they did a rebrand because of whatever reason, and they changed it to this Jean Lowe Immortelle with the E. And they said it's the same juice, it's a rebrand, but no, they're different. Not a lot different, but they are different. This one is not as heavy on the ginger as this one. This one has a little bit more of a ginger vibe to it. This one has a little bit more robustness in the florals. Balanced better. But as a guilty pleasure, I like this one because it is amped up with the ginger. It's not quite L'Immensité. This one's closer to L'Immensité, the Immortelle, the E, than the A. The A has a little bit more of the ginger forwardness in it, but I like that because it does give it a little bit of a distinguishment, right? But this was closer. But I think the quality of the fragrances initially, and I think with the Ombre Nomad inspiration, just weren't where they needed to be. This new batch of Jean Lowe's, though, with the Verde Aura, the Summer vibe from last year, the Pacific Chill one, which I still think is one of the best Pacific Chill inspirations that's out there. And then with Phantasm, they've corrected. They've course corrected. They're picking this thing up really well. They're doing a really good job now with their stuff. Ooh, I dropped my cap. Can't drop my magnetic cap. Dropping all kind of shit. But anyway, I said LaSalle Dissy is nice. It is, rather. Say, bro, were to get Afnon 9 p.m. in Ireland, can't find it anywhere. I don't know where to get it in Ireland. That is interesting. Like 9 p.m. I don't know. You might be able to get it from I don't know the name, but Joel, you might actually know this. There's a European spot that they used to sell a lot of Manceras. But I know that they ship all across, and they've got a whole bunch of like the clone stuff. So half my favorite collection is from Boosters. Please don't tell anyone. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing. You just did. You said, "Do you like Fujairahs?" Yeah, that's like my favorite blue fragrances and Fujairahs. I like the more mature vibe type of fragrances. I like that Fujairah vibe. Um, I talked about Gravitas recently as being one of my favorite Fujairah drops in the last few years. That's from Naughton and Wilson. I love it. Gravitas is such a interestingly good, classy, barbershop, soapy, like shaving foam kind of Fougere that is just like you can't just like wear it with a t-shirt, but you can actually. It's really nice. Like I wore it with a hoodie. I think my last video I was actually wearing Gravitas. The last short that I put on the channel, I was wearing Gravitas. One that people don't talk about enough, I feel like, but needs to be talked about a little bit more, is this one. This is Lin Sumi from Lalique. Now, for a while, I think it went through this thing where it could possibly have been discontinued. And people were like, they couldn't find it anywhere. I'm about to knock everything over. But they couldn't find it anywhere. But this classy green, this is like Fougere on the green side. But this just feels like airy, crisp. This feels like fresh laundry style Fougere, though. This is more of your, I got the lavender in here, clean, gentlemanly. I just got the fresh cut. I'm gonna spray this on right quick. And it just gives a masculine, fresh, clean cut, about my business vibe. I really dig this a lot. I really dig it a lot. They don't, I think they do consider Popular Fico a Fougere, but if they don't, they should, because Popular Fico is that kind of vibe too. Very much a classy, gentlemanly wear. And then, of course, Aiden Bob Egypt, which is probably my favorite Fougere. If I was to say I had a favorite right now, probably would be Egypt. Same way that I talked about Gravitas just now, as far as like their vibe. This one as well, but this one will have a little bit more excitement in there. That nutmeg that's in here gives it kind of a spiciness to it, makes it a little bit more intriguing, gives it a little bit more of a depth. And in the air, the scent trail on this is stupid. Like, that one is stupid. When we talk about scent trails, yeah. And then, underrated, people may not even know about it, may not even talk about it much. Mustache, $18.99. I keep this in all my videos, and you can see the juice level on this. I actually have another bottle of it in there right now. I just don't pull it out. I just want to wait till this one runs out. But Mustache, $18.40. I think it's $19.49. Yeah, $19.49. This smells like a lemon drop. This smells like lemon candy. Like when you spray it on, it's got all of the moss and all that kind of stuff, but it's more, you get more of that lemon candy clean vibe at the top of it. And it's really just like a really quick grab and go. This literally feels like, I've just got my hair cut. Let me and just go out, and then it'll be done off of your skin in the next 3 hours or so. Because it don't last no more than maybe about 3 or 4 hours. It's literally like, I'm just, walking out of the house. I just got my hair cut, walking out, getting fresh. handle a couple little things and come right back to the house kind of vibe. But it's really, really nice. I like wearing this a lot of times after I've shaved my head, after I take my shower, just, if I'm not going anywhere out, I'll just spray this on and just kind of, walk around and, work and do whatever I'm going to do. And it's a great fragrance for that. Just gives you this clean vibe with a little bit of intrigue from that lemon candy vibe it has. All right, let's see. You say metallic musk is niche, bro. Yeah, you would hope. I mean, it's such a it's really good. Now, technically, it's not. Of course, it comes from Victor and Rolf, and they do some stuff. Let's see. It became masculine plural and Bois 1920 Spigo or Great Fougere. Yeah, so I need to get Spigo. I've heard good things about Spigo. Yeah. Speaking of Tom Ford, I am going back and forth about finally bringing in Beau de Jour. For a while, I was like, I'm not going to bring it in, but now I'm starting to waver. I may actually do it. I might actually bring in Beau de Jour. Either that or I'm going to go ahead and finally bring in Eau Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Ross says, someone wants to get rich and travel the world, need from aromatics is looking for a personal assistant. You know what? I could see that. He probably needs it. He said Gravitas sounds good. It is good. It is good, man. Joel said, yeah, get it. Aiden Bob Eve is fire for fall. It really is, man. It really is. Man, it is good. I'm sitting here smelling that Lens to Me. This is another one that after I cut my hair sometimes, spray this on. But I usually will spray Lens to Me on if I got to go out. Like I got to run some errands or something. Just cut my hair, take my shower, and, what I'm saying, roll out of the house. It's got such a mature vibe to it, though. But I'm a mature guy. So for me, it just gives masculine. It just gives a man about his business kind of vibe. Work fragrances, it definitely gives that. It definitely gives, that's the manager vibes. It definitely gives that authority vibe to it. It's good. It's really, really good. And when you can find it, because I think it's going through another of those stages again where it's sold out all the time. So hopefully, if you look for it, you can find it. You said that mustache is always sold out. The EDT, yeah, the EDT always is sold out, man, and it's because it's good. It's really good. It's really good. It's one of those that you spray. Like I said, it doesn't last long. Lasts a couple hours, maybe, but it just has this vibe, this clean vibe with this intrigue of lemon that it's like a lemon head candy, basically. Where when you spray it on, it's like, oh, this just smells nice, and you smell great. You smell clean to yourself. You smell great to yourself. It's good. You say, bro, Bloomingdale has sales right now. Yeah. He said, instead of Tom Ford, get a boy from the exclusive line. It's a beautiful future. You're talking about Platinum Egoist, probably. Because if you're talking about Chanel, their Fougeres, Platinum Egoist, is the name under their Fougere lines, like their Fougere styles. Beautiful fragrance. I love Platinum Egoist. Love it. Now with the Chanel stuff, the Blue Chanels, I don't consider them, I will say that the Tom Ford Beau de Jour and the Costa Azur are very much more mature fragrances. So I can see older people getting into, especially like the Beau de Jour of it all. Um, but that one is. I love the, but the opening's rough. The opening is rough on Beau de Jour. It is rough, but it's not a bad fragrance. I like it. That's what I'm like. I'm thinking about bringing it in. This is good. I don't know. Here's the thing with this one. I don't know if I'm gonna like the other ones in the Globe line. It's got a little compass on the bottom, by the way. I don't know if I'm gonna like the other ones in the line, but I know I'm gonna love the presentation regardless. Presentation, they got A+ on that. They really did. Oh, the Lion. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Lion. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I had to think about that for a second when you said it. Like, what? Hmm? But yeah, this, I think I'm on, matter of fact, it feels like it's going to be too hot tomorrow to wear it. But I may actually try to, this is going to be probably saved for when I go in the office. Because that way I can, you know, gauge the heat as opposed to, going out on a day off and braving the heat and all that kind of stuff and it being like way too potent, way too cloying for that weather. Speaking of, and I'm about to get out of here, but speaking of, another one I've been kind of playing with a little bit is this one right here. So this is that Infinity Silver, right? That Ultime DNA. So I'm a big fan of Rasasi. It's Essential, and I got it. I got Ultime, so I need to do a sample side by side of it. Um, but when I first sprayed this, I hated it. Like there's something about it was just like way too like harsh, right? Um, the more I've kind of side worn it at home, the more I'm like, okay, it might not be as bad. I still think I'm going to end up preferring the Rasasi because this one comes out a little bit more in the floral rosy part. The Rasasi is going to have a little bit more of a smooth, watery. This is going to have too much of that ambroxan push. Like this is just strong. This is super, super strong. The Rasasi is more smooth and subtle, but it's still a very good performer, all skin. So I think that's the difference. This is just like that DNA on steroids, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna do a side by side, but this one is the Ultime. Like I feel like just now when I smelled it, it's like, dang, that could be headache inducing. So I wonder about this one. We'll see. We shall see in the next week or so. All right, guys. I am about to get out of here. It is now 3:23, and my wife gonna kick my ass. She probably sitting there like, this motherfucker's supposed to be came to bed. But anyway, guys, I am about to get out of here. I don't know. I should be trying to get some videos out this week. I was able to kind of get through some of the pain tonight. So, it's painful. It is painful. Um, but kind of working through it and trying to get it together. So if you don't see videos, don't worry. I'm still around. I'm just trying to deal with the pain and stuff like that. And because it's like my hands numb right now from like here to here, like just kind of sitting here and doing it. So, but it feels good to kind of get back on camera and live and talk to folks. So, that's always good, and we're gonna fight all the way through it. Regardless, we're gonna fight all the way through it, man. But that's all I got right now, man. Hey, look, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all have not subscribed to the channel yet. And be looking for the giveaway, man. Like I said, I got 3 of them that I'm doing the giveaway for. I got the Atlantis X Straight, and it'll be there before the summer ends, which is good. So the Atlantis X Straight, the Latafa Kamrawaha, and the Jean Lo Verde Aura. So got that giveaways coming up, man, and it'll be nice. It'll be fun to do that. But anyway, y'all have a good one, man. I know I've been looking over here because I'm trying to check things, make sure I'm seeing everything. But y'all have a good one, man. Talk to you soon. Yeah, definitely, Joe. Take care, everyone. Smell good, everybody. Eyes out of here. You say, bro, give us your best summer dupes fragrances worth the money. Thanks, bro. Well, real quick, for summer, I gotta say already, I talked a little bit about this one. That Al Haramain, Natural Iris. Really nice interpretation of Afternoon Swim. Oh my gosh, that's really, really good. Where is it? I just had it. Oh. Sun Song. Interpretation of that. But this is Summer Vibes. Really, really nice. Interpretation of Sun Song. Not quite as suntan lotiony as that one. A little bit of an neroli heavy vibe, but this one not quite as neroli heavy as some of these other things. But it's actually really, really nice. And as far as summer goes, gotta say, let's go with the Verde Aura. Let's do another one. Let's do another Jean Lo Verde Aura. Really nice for the summer. Really nice for the summer, man. A really good one. And then I just talked about this one, but if you're looking for that Torino 21 vibe, this is it. This is probably going to be the best alternative for the Torino 21. This is really good. This is really good. I'm surprised nobody talks about it, but it's really, really good. But that's it. All right, guys, let me get out of here. I will holler at y'all later, man. Peace out. Make sure you watch videos on the channel, ask questions, do all that kind of stuff. I'm still able to do voice, even if I can't type, because it's painful to kind of type sometimes. But I'll be able to kind of, hit my little voice button like I normally do and reply to the comments, man. But in the meantime, y'all have a good one, man. Peace out. And, I forgot what my catchphrase was. Oh, never mind. But anyway, y'all have a good one, man. I'll let you.